Oh, God bless. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, listen, today's a day.
I forgot about Steve until I just made eye contact with him.
Right? You forgot he's up there on the wall.
Oh, Steve.
Steve's on
That's
the
how I
piano.
looked getting rid of my breakfast before we come over here and recording.
Good Lord. I'm so happy to be here.
Welcome back. The intermission is over.
We're back from outer space.
I'm so excited. I'm so ready to be back in routine again.
Listen, I know the structure. I'm ready to have 2 feet.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that our structure is going to come way before having 2 feet. So
yeah. You technically have two.
I do. I've not seen one in
and
about
a piece of somebody else's.
I do. I have a haunted leg now.
Mm-hmm.
Which, funny thing, when I came home yesterday. I've been away. So if you wanted to rob me blind, you really missed your chance.
The opportunity is gone.
Opportunity is gone. I will shoot you now.
Yeah.
But
she's got a pretty hard leg to throw at you too.
Fiberglass, man. It's like Legos. Wait, what were those? Not Legos, but they were the
up your leg.
Listen, if I had any muscle definition left in my leg to pick it up with, I would do that. I'll just cut it off at this point. But no, when I came home yesterday, I've got my ghost here. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I bitched at it before I left. I was just like, you got to leave.
That's probably why what happened this morning.
It's pissed off. No, you can tell that the shit's been going on since I got back. I was getting into the door, right? And I have a whole process of getting up the stairs. Like I have 3 mobility implements that I have to use to do anything. So I'm crutching my ass up the stairs. And as soon as I come in the kitchen, there's, that little, whatever you want to call that, shelf.
Yeah.
It's got dishes on the bottom of it. All the dishes just whoosh, flew out.
God.
Across, like right in front of me. I was like,
goodness.
Now, come on. Don't. I told you not to come back for 7 weeks. Okay? 7 weeks. And Mom was just like, well.
I could see your mom. Well.
She did. She just went, well. And then, oh gosh, what else happened? Something happened while Phil was here. Phil came over yesterday.
Yeah.
To update his technology.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And something happened here, and he was just like, well, but I can't remember what it is. My brain's been wiped. And then you came in this morning.
I was like, it feels depressing in here. I went out to go smoke. And I was like, I don't want to leave you in there. So I tried to open up the shade. Those blinds weren't having it.
The lie detector test determined that was a mistake.
I let in a little more light than I thought I would.
Yeah, you ripped my blinds off the wall. Ripped my blinds off the wall. And the funny part about it is nobody's been very few people come in my house because I don't let people in here.
Yeah.
But like the curtains, those curtains have been up approximately 47 years.
It's probably been at least that for sure.
There's at least 9 inches of dust in those curtains because, and definitely now I'm not able to clean.
I got a lot of it off with my boobs though.
You did. So. You, in order to, actually the shirt is stained now that you say that.
It's all right. It's a band shirt. It can be dingy.
Well,
it makes it cuter.
For the Rolling Stones, they're pretty dingy. Are any of them still alive?
Yes, they are. I'm pretty sure most of them are. I think they've just lost 1 or 2.
Damn.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you knocked off my blinds. It's been a mess.
I did, but the man that my dad raised in me put them back up.
You did. And then crushed all of the little slats with your tits. Yeah. So now I have a solid line of closed blinds and then a bunch of open ones around it. Yeah. And I'm just going to leave it
and a bunch of tit marks in the dust.
There's just nipple tracings in the dust. So what a morning we've had already.
It's never not eventful.
No, and the bad part, I can just sit here and watch. Like I can't do anything to help you in any way, shape, or form because I tried to open those blinds myself and nearly fell.
I'm just happy that we weren't cranky and I didn't get yelled at.
Oh, well, no, you wouldn't get yelled at because
I would have yelled at me all day.
I wouldn't have. I was just like, oh, well, here we are. One more obstacle.
What can you do? People are going to stare at me while I'm sleeping. It's all right.
It's fine.
I'll come over and get some like really good OnlyFans content whenever that tit falls out of the tank top.
Joke's on you. I mean, it's hard for me to even change clothes. So if you think for 1 second I've got a tank top on, you're wrong. You are wrong. I'll just be naked.
And just full.
I can take them on. Take them on? I can take them. Wait. I can take them off. I cannot put them on. And that's the thing. Until you've had something wrong with your body, and you can't use things. You don't realize how hard life is.
Yeah.
Like,
that's how I feel about my urethra.
your urethra?
It don't work right. That's why I gotta pee so often.
No, you just need a Prince Albert.
That's what it is.
Which that so I was graced with to borrow a book from a dear friend. And she's got quite some writing in there.
She does. This is a book called Tales from the Hills and the Hollers of Eastern Kentucky by Karen Quinn.
And I know you marked a couple things that were of vital importance.
Vile, too.
It's pretty vile, I will say.
We're going to start with the easy one, though, because, the
hog killing? Oh. Oh, we're going to end with that one.
She is, I'm guessing this is her poem, but she has written one about being Baptist, and that is the title, Being Baptist.
Being Baptist. Oh, when you first said that, I thought you said Bean.
Bean?
Baptist?
Well, that's that Eastern Kentucky coming out. Kentucky. All right. Being Baptist by Karen Quinn.
Karen.
Baptist here.
Same.
Baptist there.
Yonder.
Baptist everywhere. I'll wear short sleeves.
You wear short skirts.
You wear long.
Bleachers in the concert. Oh, what the fuck ever the Taylor Swift lyrics. Sorry, I'm ruining it.
Maybe this is Taylor Swift.
That's her code name, Karen Quinn.
I'll wear short skirts. He wears t-shirts.
Baptist over
I'm
here.
cheer captain and
I'm on the bleachers.
I don't know.
Something
we don't
like
do T-Swift. It's fine. Good for her. Anyways, I'll wear short sleeves. You wear long. I'm going to shout. You sing a song. So is she a Pentecost?
That's what it sounds like.
If she's shouting.
The only Baptist shouting I know of is that up at the top, the fire and brimstone hollering.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only Baptist I know of.
And I really want to know what she means by this. I'll wash your feet, which is, what Jesus does. You wash mine.
It's an act of service.
We're just sharing that together, okay?
Will you wash my one foot?
Sweet old Baptist friend divine. I will wash your one foot. I'd wash the other two. I'd get me a toothbrush or something.
We can't. It can't get wet. My leg will rot off or something.
Every time you go back to your surgeon, I'm sure you have a story to tell him about me. I'm like, here, grab me a toothbrush. I'll clean it for you.
Well, when I go back in 2 weeks, just go with me.
I need to just come with you.
I need to get some of those roaches to put down in my leg. That way when he cuts it off, he can shit himself.
We should. Or little spitters.
Spitters? Spiders. I'm like, spitters.
Spiders. Spitters. You didn't grow up around here, did you?
I grew up everywhere.
Everywhere. Literally everywhere. Okay. I'll wash your feet, you wash mine. Sweet old Baptist friend divine. I'm going to heaven. Come go too.
What? Come go to.
Go to.
What?
No commas in between those. Come go to.
How's it spelled? COME?
Yeah. Instead of saying, did you finish yet? Just come go to.
I went down to the river to pray.
There's this one time I went down there by her water, and she, instead of telling me, did you come? She said, come go too, after she got done yelling like the Pentecost.
Oh, no. No.
All right, Karen.
Was that the whole poem?
That was the whole poem.
Well, that was about as disappointing as being with a man.
It was. This other one goes into real detail, though.
Is this the hog swallowing or slaying or whatever it is the fuck?
This one got me.
This one is, here's your warning. If you're sensitive, maybe skip over the next 2 minutes.
If you happen to have a pact with PETA, you probably won't want to sit
if
for
you
this
have
one.
a pet pig, cover its ears.
If you're kosher, turn your head. Look the other way. and turn off your ears, I guess.
Look
You
the other
can't
way.
see us.
I don't know. My hearing is directly correlated to my seeing,
It
too.
really
so I don't
is.
know.
If I don't see the movement, I don't hear it sometimes.
It's like, hold on, I got to turn the radio down. I can't see.
All right. Since it is Halloween season, we're going to do something.
It's not even September yet.
It's Summerween. Don't sass me that way.
Listen, I haven't had a summer.
I'm very educated on the holidays.
Summerween.
And as soon as July 4th, Independence Day is gone, it's Summerween.
What about Labor Day? Or What's next? Memorial Day or Labor Day?
Nobody works here. Who gives a fuck?
I don't. That's fair.
I do what I want.
That's, yeah.
Well, I don't need you to give me one day off a year. Thanks, guys.
That's fair. Okay.
That I can't even go pay my bills. What's the point?
Well, I can't pay my bills. They want me to come in person and I can't walk. So,
There's steps too. There's a big
I
old long
know.
ramp over there.
yeah, but I ain't got the stamina. My butt cheek don't have the stamina to get me up that ramp. Anyway, back to the Hagen. Read the Hagen Dazs, please.
In more spookier moods, this one's called A Hog Killing.
This is a new movie. We're going to make it.
Now, you got to remember, in these hills of Appalachia, there's people who live off the land and have to provide for themselves. And this is what they do. And I'm sure she was
When was this book written? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, my God. Miss Quinn lives in Richmond, Kentucky.
Oh, hellfire. Sorry if you're listening, Miss Quinn. Your book sucks.
Oh, she signed it too.
Oh, it's Lord Jesus. Anyway.
When was this?
Is it recent? Karen,
It's 2010 copyrighted, so somewhere around there.
Gosh, it's 14 years old. Okay. Continue.
A Hog Killing. Oh, that was perfect.
Thank you. I've been practicing.
So good.
Little
Have
piggy.
you?
Yeah.
Big squeal.
Mhm.
I like that.
Got a purty mouth,
Can we
boy.
make a song?
Yeah.
That just made me miss the seat. I like them squeals. Huh?
Oh, girl. Piggy.
A hog killing. You grotesque thing just standing there. 4 cloven hooves encircled in mire.
What?
I want to make it rhyme.
Make it rhyme.
Okay. You grotesque thing just standing there. 4 cloven hooves encircled in mire. They're bringing a gun for to crease your skull. So don't just stand there all slop-lolled. Lolled.
Slop-lolled. Okay.
Get now, or else you'll lose your barnyard reign. A slit jugular vein is a terrible thing.
I know. I've had it done.
I just like to be choked. Don't put a knife there.
Jesus God. Second half of season 1's terrible.
It's starting off
Starting off great.
Grow wings, you hairy horrid beast.
That's what they call me.
For they're building a fire for a killing feast. Don't ye hear the hammering and the building and the banging? As sure as shooting, there's gonna be a hog hanging. You'll be dipped, scraped, and slit from end to end. That sounds like
a good time.
That sounds like a good time. It's nothing to laugh about, so why the silly grin? They will carve, trim, and reduce you to pieces. You'll be chops, ribs, and bacon before it ceases. The missus will carry your pallid head to the house. Your noggin will be saved to make savory souse.
Mm. Have you ever had sauce meat?
I feel like I have once, and I almost puked.
Have you ever had scrapple?
I don't know if I've had scrapple. Sushi trying to scrap, though.
Sushi, can you not?
She's like, lift these ones up. Let's try this one. See how it goes. Sit there and be good, sis.
She won't be. She's not been home in 3 weeks.
Let me read you this pretty lullaby about a hog then. Lay right there. The mist will carry your pallid head to the house. Your noggin will be saved to make savory souse. They'll squeeze the last bit from the walls of your gut. Just to give their homemade sausage a snug, lengthy hut.
That's what she said.
So she better quit eating because your marbleized fat, all lumpy and hard, will be cut clean away and boiled into white lard. So why do ye tarry, you simple beastly soul, wearing that witless grin upon your fatty jowl? It's jowl. Gluttonous and full-hearted standing, there's as meek as a mouse. When 6 hours from now, you'll be hanging pretty in the old smokehouse. Now, Karen,
that was the scenic route to just say we're gonna get some pork.
Yeah, and
it was a bit much.
The way that she was talking to the hog the whole time.
Do you think she talks to her husband that way?
I mean,
it sounded like it.
He might be chopped up in the
I don't think this was a hog killing. I think she's killed somebody and she wrote about it.
Yeah. Or it's like really traumatized her and she saw some, Which honestly, I have witnessed a one of those killings. And it is pretty traumatizing. It's pretty traumatizing, not gonna lie. See, she ain't scared though.
She's not scared of nothing.
She really not.
Well, okay, I'm glad that my morning has been ruined by that poem. Thank you. I hope everyone else's morning is ruined by that poem as well.
I read that to put my kids to sleep at night.
That's why. They're at that. Okay.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Well, you're really just setting them up for the new school year.
We were even talking about, that's funny, because we were talking about dissecting pigs this morning and how bad they smell.
Yeah. Do you remember? You weren't there in 7th grade. No, in 7th grade when we were there, that was when we dissected pigs. No, it wasn't 7th grade. It was 8th grade.
I remember.
Mr. Collins.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the whole hallway stunk.
For a couple days.
Yeah, formaldehyde and old rot.
Yeah.
Which, unfortunately, in my career path, I had to get used to that.
Marcy's got to dissect a shark, and then she's also done, I think, a cow eye so far.
We've done a cow eye.
Yeah.
Did they do the owl pellets? Do you remember that? We did that in 5th grade.
No, I don't think so.
Look at what they've done to us.
Look at what they've done.
I grew up to cut up dolphins for a living.
Mm-hmm.
That dolphin autopsy was something else, but that's a different story for a different day.
I want to see the insides of a dolphin.
I have pictures.
Do you?
I do. A lot of them, actually. Most of them, I really don't want to get reported.
Yeah.
For posting that, but if you would like to see them, I'll show them to you.
Yeah.
If anybody else would like to see dolphin autopsy pictures, let me know.
There will be a paywall.
There will be. Yeah, that one's a tip. Speaking of which, stickers will be here on Monday.
Stickers.
Winch stickers are here.
I'm so excited.
I'm ready to plaster them all over everything. Everything.
Let's cover it all.
We will.
Yeah.
And if you would like some, hit a bitch up.
Hit a bitch up.
They will be available for sale. Yeah, don't hit a bitch. I'm crippled. You can't hit a handicapped person.
Bone cripple creep.
Crip crap. But no. So today, and you'll have to forgive me, I am still not 1,000% in my brain, so we're a little unprepared. But whatever.
Look, that put sushi right to sleep.
I know that hog killing poem just put my cat to sleep. See, she's crazy.
She is crazy.
It's nuts.
Where that Hitler mustache comes from.
Half of a Hitler mustache.
She's Hitler reincarnate.
Honestly, how she did the dog, I believe it.
Yeah, but look how cute her little paws are.
Oh, I know, but nobody else can see her. I'll post her with the announcement. But so, let's do some funny stories because I need some laughs.
Yes.
I need some laughs.
Let's get some giggles in today.
So roommates. I've had a lot of time to think about, especially now that, I live alone.
Yeah.
And then having to live with my parents for a bit while I recover because, that's how that works. You get used to being by yourself and then going back with people. It's pretty difficult.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
So, which I'm very grateful and thankful. However, it is still difficult to go from independent to dependent. So I want to know your roommate stories. Do you have any?
I do.
I've had several roommates in my lifetime.
I only stayed in the dorms one semester because of my roommate, pretty much.
It just swore you off of it, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't people, so
that's true.
I should have known beforehand. But the first college I went to, you had to live on campus unless you had a family. Mm-hmm. No other choice. So I was like, all right, let's do this. I move into the dorm, and I'm not going to say her name. We'll just call her Daisy.
Daisy May?
Daisy May. And the thing about this school is professors' kids went for free, and your college tuition was basically paid for by working for the college.
Mm-hmm.
And so the girl that was in my room, I'm pretty sure she was a professor's kid. We didn't talk too much. She kind of gave me the weirds a little bit, or
The heebie-jeebies.
she was just really sheltered, I think.
Oh, I've
really
had a
know.
few of those. I have a few of those
But
roommates.
most of those kids were, honestly, in that dorm room. I would wake up to Miss Daisy staring at me, which I do understand that I snore really loud. So I was like, I'm sorry, bro. She was like super eye contact, waiting for my eyes to open, staring at me as soon as I opened them. Like
Ew.
it was that bad. It was
Bitch,
wild.
get back to your side of the room.
This girl only wore bright lime green underwear
Same.
to bed. That's all.
That's it?
Mhm.
Nothing else.
Nothing
Tits
else.
out.
Tits out. There wasn't a whole lot there to be out, but it was out.
Nipples out then.
There was more definition in her cooch hair than the titties left underneath.
Oh, what?
In her cooch hair.
Oh my God.
Listen, there was a whole bush.
It wasn't like sculpted like those hedges with the made into birds and
I
stuff.
feel like there was like an Austin Powers movie that showed a hairy bush at some point with a bikini over top of it, and it looked
It was
just like
Beyonce's
that.
wig.
Yes.
Ew,
It looked just-
which there's
yeah.
nothing. Okay, look, there's nothing wrong with body hair, but like, bitch,
There isn't anything, but
that's excessive.
and to show it off in that way, like, go girl, get it. But I mean, she shaved her armpits and her legs. It's
You
just
couldn't trim around the bikini area.
I reckon not, but I don't know if anybody had swam in her deeper waters. She was kind of,
You know what? That's
you know.
not an excuse because ain't nobody been in this pond, and I still have the
Yeah.
wherewithal to trim it.
yeah, if you don't trim it, it gets stanky.
Right? You get shit caught in it.
Yeah,
And don't sit here and
Nobody
argue with
wants a
me saying that
dangleberry.
you don't do that because you do.
yeah. Wet wipes weren't as out there as they are now. Way
That
back
doesn't even
then.
work because it doesn't get down in there.
It don't. But
Wow.
anyways,
Wow.
so she wore these bright green underwear to bed. That's all she'd wear,
With
and
a
I'd
bush
wake
contrast.
up and look at her square in her eyes, and then look at her bush looking back at me every morning. And she also slept with this taxidermy possum.
What?
A taxidermy possum. And it made me not like possums for a little while, but I love possums again now.
She slept.
I slept with it, like cuddled, and its feet just sticking straight out. And there's real no wonder that she hadn't had anybody swim in her deeper waters yet.
They
And-
couldn't get to it for the bush and the possum.
We would talk every now and then, but I hardly ever spent time in the room. I was always in the gazebo smoking weed, so she probably didn't like me. We didn't really talk much, but I never had a roommate again after that. It was like a nightmare.
Okay, so how were the beds? Were they like, because college beds are often lofted. Like, what were you eye level with? Her bush or her face?
I mean, it was both.
Like, if you
really.
rolled over and she was standing next to you, what
Straight
would
bush.
you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Hmm.
oh my God.
It was a lot, for
That's.
sure. Yeah.
I have one that kind of goes similar. Funny you say that.
Let's hear
My
yours.
I've got quite a few roommate stories. I've had several in my lifetime, and God forbid they probably all hated me
My
too.
husband's considered a roommate, which I guess he is. I could have a couple, especially this past weekend. But go ahead.
That's fair. That's fair. But oh gosh, so when I lived in Texas, and I hope to God she hears this because first of all, fuck you. But when I first moved into Texas, my apartment in Texas when I went to grad school, I went with a couple of people that I went to coastal with, right? A boy and a girl.
Is coastals on
Coastal Carolina and South
Okay.
Carolina.
In
Yeah.
South
Myrtle
Carolina.
Beach. Myrtle Beach.
And you all just went to Texas
Well,
together.
we were all going to the same university. And
okay.
it made sense, and especially in a state that was like 20-ish hours away from all of us. Like, it made sense. A new place, especially a scary place like Corpus Christi. That place is scary.
Is it?
It's one of the that's
Is it ghetto?
yeah. It's really run down. And we lived, of course, moving to a new city, you don't know anything about where you're moving, and we
Yeah.
moved to Flower Bluff, which apparently is the ghetto. Like, it's
Yeah.
not just ghetto, it's ghetto.
Yeah.
You know, like the cartel was very prevalent. Like the first day that I moved in there, a dead body washed up on the beach with bricks of cocaine attached to it.
Cute.
Like, and our apartment was on the beach, like it was in the bay.
Yeah.
And first 10 hours I was there was a dead body with cocaine on it. And then, you know, when I moved out in a similar fashion, there was a toddler cut up in pieces in my dumpster.
Cute.
And his mom was in a dumpster down the street. Yeah, it was
Wow.
that's what Corpus Christi is.
Like that hog
if you're
or
from there,
something.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know it used to be nice back in the day, but it is not now.
I wonder if there was like a, you know, one of them Gulf hurricanes come through and just tear the town down.
We did. Well, we had one while I was there. I don't Hannah. I don't remember her name. Whatever storm that was. But that's neither here. Either way, it was nice to have people you knew in a place. Like,
Yeah,
of course, we didn't
yeah.
find this out till later, but whatever. So we moved in. Okay, and I get my stuff moved in, and I'm helping because at this time we're best friends, right? We did not have any animosity at this point.
Yeah.
Which there you go. If you ever decide to live with your friends, be prepared to not be friends with them when you're done. That's just, it's a common thing. But so I was helping her put her stuff away, and she was real artsy, had a lot of stuff. And she was looking for something. I don't remember what it was, but she was just like, hey, can you go in there and see if you can find it? And she's like, it should be under the bed. I was like, yeah, sure. So I go, I go into her room. And I'm on the floor crawling around looking, and I'm like feeling, you know, and I'm like, I can't see. Like, do you have a light? You know? And I'm like, oh, wait, I found one. And I grab it, and I'm like shining it around. But I'm like, how do you turn it on? It wasn't a flashlight. It was her vibrator. I picked up her vibrator, held it in my hand, and tried to use it as a flashlight.
Was she the kind of person that cleaned her stuff?
No.
Oh, was it sticky?
It was. Yeah, so plot twist, I found that. You should probably clean it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I used it as a flashlight. Or I tried to use it as a flashlight. It didn't occur to me what it was until I found the switch, turned it on, and it buzzed instead of turning a light on. Yeah. And the worst part is like, I don't think she ever knew because I just threw it. Like, I threw it and like ran, you know, and I just never told her.
That reminds me of a story.
Yeah.
About my sweet little baby. She was at her babysitter's. Mm-hmm.
It's always somebody else.
Yeah, she was, and I guess they had a fun night the night before. The babysitter.
I was like, who?
And there was a couple beers in the trash can, and I come in, and she had just gotten up and put Marcy in there, who had been up for hours. She was like going. I think she was like 2 or something, and she goes and turns on the TV or something, and underneath the TV, Marcy's like, "Ooh, what's this?" And she grabs it, and it's a full fucking butterfly device, like with all the fancy twisties and turnies and all kinds of stuff, just laying in the floor.
The TV? Like,
and her babysitter looks at me and she was like, "Oh, I had a good time. I'm so sorry. I didn't know where it was."
And you just put it under the TV?
Marcy full fisted it. Sorry, baby. Sorry, baby. I threw your name out and everything. But yeah, that was a moment. That was a moment when Marcy. I was dying laughing. But, you know, these are the choices.
Did you wash her hands immediately?
Mm-hmm.
'Cause that's what I did. I got up and I ran to the bathroom. And what was terrible about our bathroom is that the minute we moved in, the fucking knob broke off.
Oh, God.
And so we had to use a wrench. Like it was a set of calipers or something. I don't remember what the fuck it
redneck
was.
ingenuity.
Yeah, to turn the water on.
Mm-hmm.
It is why would you put it, first of all, okay, who puts their vibrator under their bed with the hairy carpet? And she had a cat.
Oh.
Yeah, like it was covered in hair. Like, that's unsanitary.
I wonder if somebody had just walked in on her before or something and she just like tossed
Nobody'd
it
been
under
there. We'd been there a day.
Oh, that's gross.
She was by her damn self.
Toss it under your bed, bro.
Right, you have a nightside table.
And put it in one of those toy sacks. It's the safest place to put it after you clean it.
Clean it would be a good start because I washed my hands for at least 10 minutes with the hottest water I could possibly find.
And then went and worked at a fertility clinic.
Well, that was several years down the road. But yes, And that's the other end. Okay.
That started a long journey of me putting
did.
my hand in jizz.
God. Yeah, it's true. And pouring it all over me. One time that happened once.
You had a lot more roommates than I did.
I've had quite a few.
Do you have any other horror
Oh
stories?
God, do I?
Let's hear them.
So good grief. Let me think. So, same set of roommates. A lot of my really bad experiences come from the same two people.
Yeah.
But so I also lived with a man. It was the first time I've ever lived with a man besides my dad. Which, first of all, men are gross. Living with a man that you're not involved with and can tell him to clean his shit up is very difficult. It's very difficult. Especially like I don't know. But
I'm trying not to talk, but then I also just had to clean up puke over the weekend.
Exactly.
So.
You know, it's just it's no. But so while I lived in Texas was also when I met my insane piece of shit ex, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we were long distance, and she was coming to visit, right? And this is the first time we were gonna.
How long was that? A flight or a drive?
A flight.
Okay.
Because she was coming from South Carolina. It was a flight, and she was coming to visit. And you know, my roommate being the man that he is, and if I've ever seen an autistic individual, it is this person. And he literally, the first thing he started with when we moved in was just like, yeah, I was tested for being a psychopath and I passed.
Cute.
Yeah. So I'm surprised he's not killed somebody yet. And if he has, they're probably in the Bay in Texas. Y'all probably should go check. But
you just put 2 bricks of cocaine on it and it washed up already.
Literally. But so when she was there visiting, you know, obviously it was the first time we were together, so we didn't spend much time in the living room. And so he would stand outside the door and just like listen and talk to me through it while it was all going on.
Oh.
And I could just see his feet. Yeah. And I'm like, bruh. And he thought it was hilarious.
I've taken a couple of girls on first dates in different places and have had to stand outside of doors because there's nowhere else for me to go. I know what that feels like.
Yeah. And it's just like,
why would you do it when you don't have to, though?
Yeah, like you have a whole bedroom, go in there.
Like,
and he thought it was
hear
funny.
your mac and cheese, bitch.
No, like he thought it was funny. And like one time, I guess I left my phone out in the living room, and he had to stand there and he slid it under the door and was just like, I thought you might want this. Like, excuse me, are you fucking joking?
Give me space, please.
Yes. But I think my favorite, and if she hears this, she'll probably get mad at me, and I miss her. I haven't heard from her in a long time. She just kind of disappeared, and I hope she's okay. But she's probably my favorite roommate I've ever had, and she is batshit crazy, and she will absolutely, like, sorry, girl, you're crazy. Okay, I'm sorry. But when I first moved down to South Carolina, this was also the first time I had like legit roommates. You know, So I went from living at home to living on my own, but with people, because it was a dorm, like an off-campus apartment dorm situation, you know, and we had 3 roommates. There's 4 of us in an apartment, and I loved my roommates while I was at Coastal, all of them, except for one. Actually, I've got 2 stories. There was so this is not the favorite one. This is the other one. She came in and was convinced she was going to be on American Idol. Convinced. Like, and she's like, I'm auditioning and doing, and she would sit in her fucking bedroom and just holler Beyonce songs. I mean, she wasn't bad. Like, she was good, but it wasn't, girl, you ain't getting past the semifinals. I'm sorry. No. But one time she would go into our kitchen and she would do like Facebook Lives. Like, this was when Facebook Live first started, and she would cook. And she'd have a cooking show for her 3 people watching her live. It was probably her mom and her 2 sisters. But she would stand there and cook, right? And she would cook like a 5-course fucking breakfast. Like, it was insane. And then she'd leave it all out. Right? Well, she bought bacon once and made some of it and put the rest of it in the fridge. Left it there until the end of it melted. I didn't know bacon could melt. It melted. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened. But yeah, the bacon melted in the bottom of the fridge, and it was like a puddle of like.
Like, just put it in there with nothing?
No, it was in the package, but like it was open. And Kristen, I've never seen anything like this. It melted. It was a puddle in the bottom of the fridge. And it was just like fat and I'm sorry, that was thinking about it. It was terrible. And my
that gag you just said almost got me.
Oh, yeah, it about got me too. But yeah, so it melted. But then my favorite roommate, okay, this is where she swoops in, and I have a picture of this. She gets pissed. And like the other girl, we'll call her Kayla. Okay.
Kayla's a good name for an idiot.
Yeah, and she absolutely was one.
Sorry to those Kaylas out there that aren't
idiots, but sorry, you have a bad reputation. It's almost like Becky with the good hair. I ruined Beyonce's life, so and all Beckys are that way. So, but no, so Kayla would eat my friend's food. Like she would get in our, because like everybody had their own cabinet, you know, and there's 4 people in this house. Like, you know, shit gets mixed up. It's a matter of respect, and she had none, you know, but she would eat, we'll call her Lauren. She would eat Lauren's food, right? And Lauren's pissed. She's like, I'm sick of this fucking bitch eating my food. Like she was so angry. And Lauren had quite the social media following. Like she's big. Like she's friends with Riff Raff on Twitter. Excuse me, X, whatever the fuck it is now. But like she was legit. Okay, if anybody was ever gonna be an influencer, it's gonna be Lauren. All right, and her makeup skills. Oh my God, they're incredible. You should have seen this bitch's makeup collection. This is neither here nor there. But anyway, Lauren was pissed that Kayla was eating her shit.
Shit's expensive.
Yeah, and especially in South Carolina with high sales tax. So Lauren's solution to this problem, she went to Walmart. And I had to take her to Walmart because she didn't have a car. Because she got in some trouble and wasn't allowed to drive. But she went to Walmart and bought a padlock and put it on the cabinet door. But see, she didn't put the padlock on the cabinet door. She ran it through a rubber band and put it on the door. So all she had to do was just like pull it down and open the cabinet. It didn't work. But it was the principle of the matter. She padlocked the cabinet. And my shit was in there too. So anytime I wanted something I bought,
you had to go out.
I just jimmied the lock and got it off. But like, she padlocked the fucking cabinet.
Good grief.
And then Kayla called the RA, and it was a mess.
Oh my God.
It was an absolute mess.
That sounds like me growing up with those other kids in my house. It was always trying to keep something away from somebody.
Oh, yeah. Well, and like at this point, it was getting ridiculous. Like Kayla was drinking all of Lauren's like drinks and like just, it was shitty. Like she was being a shit. And I think honestly, it was because she heard Lauren making fun of her for her kitchen lives.
Oh, that baby.
Yeah. It was just, that was a very tumultuous first year.
Now I just make fun of people for what they do on their OnlyFans.
Well. You know,
it's the new kitchen lives.
Oh,
it's just in the bathroom with the shower.
No, some of them are in the kitchen. Yeah. So we got using that whole new cast iron set we got for Christmas. But yeah, no, I have roommate stories for days. I could keep going. Like, and a lot of them happened at Coastal.
Let me tell you my most recent roommate story, and I got permission. To talk about this today.
Hit me.
So I actually already told you about it, but our following doesn't have it.
I don't remember, so hit me again.
So we do a little bit of drinking every now and then. Me and the hubby do.
A wee bit.
Just a wee bit. We like to have a brain break every now and then. Or me every now and then at least. So we were trying to be farmers this year, and we grew some peppers because my husband is Peter Piper himself.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So this is my roommate story. So it's the weekend. He's been working his tushy off. He got a new job.
He has been. He's lost weight. He has no tushy anymore.
It's actually a very nice tushy because he went down in pant size. But anyways, he this weekend we were going to dehydrate some of our peppers to make some venom salt.
Venom salt. That sounds hateful. Venom salt.
It's so good just to sprinkle on some stuff and bring some heat to it. But you have to have some really hot peppers. So he grew some Carolina Reapers, which most people know is the second hottest pepper that you can get. The first hottest pepper you can't really get because I think somebody ate one and died or something. So they have like some big claws with it. But so we grew Carolina Reapers, and they look monstrous. Like,
which that's a small pepper anyway. They're usually not very big.
Yeah, it was pretty small. He gets about 15 beers in this weekend.
15?
I would say it was at least. He gets about 15 beers in because his friend came over and we hadn't seen him for about 2 weeks, and they went a little heavy. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
You're home.
But yeah, I'm happy we drink at home these days. Highly suggest. But he goes down to the garden, gets these peppers, bring them back up like a little golem. He's like, my precious. My precious. And he goes into the kitchen swaying. Swaying.
Wait, he went down and got the peppers while he was schnoshed?
He had already been drinking when he got them.
Listen, I can't even walk downstairs sober.
And it's a scary thing to watch because I don't really get that too far gone. No. I'm normally just buzzed whenever I drink.
And your steps are steep.
They are. But he goes down, gets these peppers, comes back up, and he's like wanting to put them in the dehydrator to dry them out so we can mix them with the salt. I'm like, honey, let's just wait till tomorrow.
So you got to do this now?
Let's just wait. Well, the point of doing it at night was so we could set the dehydrator outside so it didn't burn anybody's eyes.
Oh, gosh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
So he wanted to do it over the night so the animals would leave it alone and stuff. Makes sense, but then you're drunk and swaying back and forth with a knife. And he wouldn't let anybody else do anything with it. He had a plan. You know how men are.
I do.
And he cuts this pepper in half to get it ready for the dehydrator, and this fucking idiot.
With all the love in the world.
I watched him lose one of his 9 lives, I swear.
The little heart just blooped out.
I did. I saw it happen right then. I got video of it, but I'm not going to share that. I won't do that to him. This idiot, once you're 15 beers in, those interrupting thoughts and those intrusive thoughts sometimes win.
Well, you know what else wins? Alcohol enhances heat.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Well, right after he cut that one in half, he grabbed that bottom one before me or the other dude that was there could do anything and popped it right in his mouth.
He ate it.
How's
his butthole?
He said his butthole's all right.
How's his pee hole?
I think his pee hole's fine too, but he said his belly's been a little funky monkey.
He might have an ulcer.
But listen, it was a whole hour of him doing the Peter Griffin.
Drooling. Was he drooling real bad?
It wasn't just drool. There was a whole line of snot coming out of his nose, like full toddler snot. And he puked in the sink a couple times as he was snotting and coughing and tearing and all these things. And it was so bad. I've never seen him go from drunk to sober that quick. I have never in my life. And he even came over and he was like, baby, will you hold me? It hurts. I tell you, that man has never asked me to hold him until that night. That's how hot it was.
Now, will he do it again?
Hopefully he'll ask me to hold him again. That was fun. But other than that, I hope not. I don't want to see him go. That was hard for me to watch. Like the way that it put him down, I would half of a fucking Carolina Reaper. This is your sign, children.
Don't eat hot peppers.
Don't drink alone with people who can't snap things out of your hands real quick like a toddler. I'm kidding. You shouldn't be anybody else's responsibility. And that's what the other guy that was there, he was like, he was too quick. I couldn't get it from him. I was like, it's his fault. He's the one that did it. He can sit with it, you know? But definitely don't let those intrusive thoughts win, because then all them 15 beers went to waste.
I know, right? You just got rid of it all.
But the whole time,
his liver probably thanked him.
This fucking idiot. And I can't say that often because he saves me on a normal basis. But I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was a bit extra.
That's what my roommate did over the weekend.
Well, that was like the time that I said that. You remember the birdie bots? This isn't heat, but it's just eating stupid things. Yes. The birdie bots beans, you know? Mm-hmm. Somebody gave me all the vomit ones.
And you ate them.
I ate them and then
What?
vomited.
I'm sure
it
you
tastes
did.
just like it. I couldn't tell where one stopped and the other started.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
There's sometimes you eat some of those and you're not really sure. You're like, is this vomit or is it green apple? I don't know.
I really can't tell.
It depends on what kind of vomit it is. I vomited up green apple once. What were those? The Mad Dog.
Oh, God. Yeah. They were like 21% alcohol by volume. And it's like an 8-ounce can.
It's like corn syrup with green apple flavoring.
Ew,
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It was so bad.
Ugh. That's why I can't drink Fireball.
Well, anyways, y'all, I'm happy I'm not a pig today.
No.
Oh.
Not today. I am. Need a piggy.
Oh, I'm going to have to change my pants after that.
Well, make sure you get the peppers out.
Okay, I'm done.
Wash when you're done. But so yeah, we'll just kick it off with a few roommate stories to get the laughs flowing.
If you have any good roommate stories, please send them our way. We'd love to read them for
we
you.
love your stories. You all don't do it enough.
Do it more.
But I know some of you have
Give
great
me
stories.
more. Give me more.
I've seen them. You've posted them on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So,
We're just gonna start tagging and grabbing.
listen, I'll take it. We'll take it. But yeah. So I'm very, very happy to be back. This is about the only thing I've had to look forward to in the last month.
I heard you have some other things to look forward to now.
Do I? I do.
Yeah,
I do have a couple
I'm
of
so
things.
excited.
Yeah. I'm going back to school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm going to go finish that master's degree and be done with that horse shit.
Yeah.
So
How many degrees will that make now?
13 approximately. Well, funny enough, it's not funny at all. Actually, it's really depressing. I have PhD. I have enough credit hours for a PhD and a half.
Yeah.
And by the time this is finished, I'll have had 2 doctorates with no credentials, and that's fine. I don't want them. But
Yeah.
fuck.
It's just a label.
It is just a label. But honestly, let's be real. I'm just trying to get in at a job over there so I can use their damn pool.
That's it, though.
So I can use their pool so I can make the other side of my ass equal to the behemoth butt cheek I have on the right.
I'm excited to start working out with you again.
Me too. Can we learn how to do that Australian breakdance bullshit that lady did? I'm
Yeah.
still mad about that. That was embarrassing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But I mean, it's Australia, so.
they can do whatever they want.
Mhm.
Everything down there is designed to kill them. So you got to find joy where you have it. But all right, I'm done.
I'm done.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.